fuck？ 可以啊。
What's up, guys? This is Mommy Vanguard. So Fenrir has just been revealed. It's a big engine card, just like its G series counterpart. So that card, Fenrir, is asking to be built as a combo deck, and Fenrir is going to be the engine that we plus on and fetch combo pieces from. So, like what I said in the Role Series number 2 video, what is the biggest combo in Genesis in Standard right now? This is before the new set, it's Valkyrian. So I thought about, is it possible to mix Valkyrian with Fenrir? And it's kind of awkward, because you need Astral Deity on Vanguard to have a Astral Plane. So if you use Fenrir to fetch pieces, you're delaying yourself, kind of. Like, sure, you can increase its consistency, so you can say, oh, on the second of my grade 3 ride, I can guarantee get Astral Plane. But I think with the new Alnus' Dragon, Astral Deity is consistent enough by itself. So I think I just given up the idea on mixing Astral Deity like Valkyrian with Fenrir. And the next idea in line is, well, what about the PG from Astral Deity? Can we mix that with Fenrir? So the problem with that is I need to play the grade 5 and the grade 3. Or, oh, actually no. I can play like 3 grade 3, that dragon, and then 1 grade 5, just so I have a search target. But Fenrir is kind of counterboss heavy, and by playing PG to decrease Fenrir's consistency for PGs, it's worth it. It could be worth it depending on the format. If the format has a lot of Sentinel guard restriction, then definitely playing the Astral Deity's PGs would be good. But at that point, why don't I just play Astral Deity? So there has to be a reason that Fenrir has to be super good. That is so good that decreases consistency with mixing the PGs is justifiable. I doubt that. I think the power level of Astral Deity after the new set is kinda good. Well, anyways, so I thought about some combos here and cards that we can use. So the first thing I think we need to notice is this thing. This thing is viable. I'll explain that later. Okay, so this is viable. So early game, if you got a board like this, you can plus up off of these pretty strong. So you attack, just go to soul. Wait. Come on. So yeah, you get a force. Right, you write Fenrir, you get a force. Right, and then this thing goes soul. This thing Soul Blast is 1, and oh yeah, that thing Soul Blast, yeah, goes Soul get force. That thing Soul Blast is 1, and you draw a card off of this. So Fenrir skill, this thing goes here, you hit him, and this thing goes to soul, you get another force marker, and you get to draw again. That's 2 card. Vanguard attack, you can Soul Blast this trash away. Now it's done. You're not gonna ever use it again unless you draw into him, because you need to push as Fenrir, and you twin drive. But that's pretty good. That is pretty good, isn't it? So the reason why this is super good is if you draw into the 2, you can use Fenrir's first ability to find the 1. So you can easily set this board up to spam this force marker gift. This is one of the setup for Fenrir. Why do you need 3 force marker? Because so that you can countercharge with this card. You just Soul Blast 2, countercharge 1, but this is an option. I have no idea if this is needed in a real game. I don't know if the game's gonna last this long that is adding countercharge, or I don't know. I'm just saying the possible combos here. So another thing is Fenrir obviously don't have enough push, right? Like Soul Blast 1 plus 10k doesn't do much. It doesn't get crit, so the push turns should look like this. Fenrir Soul Blasts to find Yggdrasil. You call Yggdrasil from hand, Yggdrasil skill. You summon Norn, and then Norn skill, and then you Divine Gauge. How do you Divine Gauge? I have no idea how do I Divine Gauge, but okay, just you Divine. I just put in drop zone. Just Divine Gauge those 2, and then after you Divine Gauge, you can choose another rear guard to give Divine Gauge, and then you Soul Charge 2 because Norn skill, and then you draw a card. That's already a +1. So a push turn would be something like this. So notice that you still didn't use his Fenrir skill to superior call anything. So imagine you have another Norn in your soul. So what you can do is you boom, you hit them, you pay the cost, the thing resends, and then you remove the Divine Gauge from this card, and then you can attack with Fenrir. Soul Blast is 1 plus 10k on Vanguard, and then you superior call this Norn here, and then you boom, and then you stand this again, and then you boom. That is 3 hits, 4, 5, so 5 hits in total. So that's a pretty good push turn, isn't it? It's just that the rear guard power, it's gonna be kind of low. It only this will be 13, and 10k is a 23. It's kind of troll. The awkward thing about Imari is she needs all the force marker on Vanguard to countercharge. So maybe you did use this shenanigan so when you first write Fenrir, put the force marker on the side and use this shenanigan to generate 2 more force marker, put on your Vanguard, and then when you next write, you I guess 3 force marker on the Vanguard. So the next card I want to talk about is Venegander. Venegander sets up your deck in 2 ways. So the first way is before your Vanguard attack, you can use this to get a soul, set up your triggers, and then bot deck 1, put in your soul, and another one on top, right? Pretty strong. And the second way is you use this after your Vanguard attack, and then you put a defensive trigger on your deck, and then you just pass turn. This is potentially devastating for multi-attack decks, something like Aqua Force. So I just do my finesse in my turn. I use this. I use the 1 and 2. I just plus, and then I ended up look at top 3 card of my deck. Put 1 trigger on top of it, which is really likely to be a trigger because top 3 triple drive check. We all hate triple drive check. We know 1 trigger for triple drive is easy, and we just pass turn. So things like Aqua Force, did they hit us? Damage trigger. So broken. Strong stuff. By the way, this card completely replaces the that grade 3. You know what I'm talking about? that. Oh, right here. This one. So after this card is printed, this card has no reason to be in any of your deck because Vanguard doesn't need a Fenrir Vanguard to function. So, and it doesn't clog up a rearguard space. This card after all is garbage. So yes, this card is bye bye. If I see you run this card in your Genesis deck, I'll get triggered, and I'll judge you that you're a bad Genesis player. Okay. Or you're poor. If you're poor, it's understandable. Like, I don't judge poor, so yeah. So next thing I want to talk about is let's look at the deck. What do we have here? This card. Gives, if you write it early, it gives early soul, and it's another battle phase soul blast, which free you from using Fenrir's ability, which means you don't have to rearguard, vanguard, rearguard. You can rearguard, and vanguard last. What does that do is it creates a mindfuck factor. So okay, yeah, it depends on situation. And also a bot deck card, so you can be Misaki forehead 200 IQ stack, I don't know, and make your tank plays. Another next one in line is Melissa. So obviously, when you play Fenrir, you can obviously possibly just don't push your opponent and make a Melissa mill build, because you can consistently get Melissa from deck to hand, and then you call it, and if somehow it ends up in your soul, you can still call it, and then that makes you have to play the witch that find cards from drop zone to soul or field bounce to hand, and then call it. You just mill your opponent. How viable is that? Depends on the deck you play against. If the format is full of Excel, I can see that build being viable, since Vanagander can retire the board. It's kind of Einstein synergy with Melissa, but it's an option. So like I said, this video I'm just trying to share my ideas on the deck. I have no idea how they're gonna work out in the real games. I'm still waiting for all the cards to be revealed. So yeah. Next one is Kroot. Why Kroot? Because you need soul, obviously. But I feel like there are better options. So Glypnir is a good card. But that card doesn't give soul. It gives one soul and then it takes away one soul from there. Good card. Doesn't give more than one soul. So somebody else has to fill that position. So this is why I have this here. So possibly this card and the Shenanigan duel. These can fill soul. But this one, Soul Charge one, Soul Blast one as well. So this one doesn't actually plus soul. So this card and this card can be your soul charger. This is obviously you just dig through your deck faster, dig 2, which is not bad, but it causes 2 soul blast. But it hits hard early. Something to consider. Why do I have this here? Alright, this one. So there might be a situation where you have your CO pieces in your hand. So one possible combo could be something like you put CO here, Norn here, you do CO Norn combo, and then this is hit big, boom trigger, plus 20k, 2 trigger your god, boom plus 40k, boom. His heart stamp, boom. Oh, it must hurt. But how viable is this? Like, I don't know. Is it any better than? Is it any better than this? Is it? Is it any better than this? You soul blast this. You just replace this, and then you do this, this, and this. Is it any better than that? By the way, the best way for you to do this is actually not attack with Fenrir. And then soul blast it. It's best to do it like this. So something like the right side can be anything that soul blast is in battle phase. So something like this would be pretty dank. So you attack with Fenrir first. Soul blast one for the power if you want to, but don't proc this skill to Superior Call Norn. Stack all of your trigger on CEO and hit him with this. And then Norn skill will do this, and then oh yeah, but remember to put your gauge on this guy or on CEO. So yeah, and you hit him with this, and then you get a force marker on Vanguard and draw a card. You summon this, and then you hit him with this and hit him with this. So stack your trigger, hit 3 times, and that's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. Currently, the only battle phase superior call is only Fenrir. I'm wishing they make leading that grade 0 starter grade 1 and then make it a double rare. That'll be sick. So I can use that card to give any Vanguard a battle phase superior call, and which is what I'm thinking about with this card. Now, if Himiko can somehow battle phase superior call, we can just repeat what we did. But you add 3k, 30k on this, and then 3 crit on this. Yeah. Okay, so that's Himiko. And this card. This card, I don't see people use it. I don't use it myself. But it shouldn't be just a meme. This card has potential. But I just don't know how to make it work. It's kind of easy. Soul Blast 2 for 10k is kind of asking for a lot. If it's Soul Blast 1 for 1k, then could be good. Could be good. And obviously this card here. So if you don't have Himiko, like if you don't run Himiko, right? You're on Fenrir, and then you know your opponent don't have a perfect card. You can play one of this card in your deck, and then 30k shield, and then that will be 60k, so 73. Boom. You can just give him the 73. Potential. Can catch people off guard. How good in real fight? I have no idea. I didn't test. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy this, and if you guys find out any broken combos, comment down below. Share it with me, and if I found out any combos, I'll be sure to keep it updated with you guys. And goodbye.